Okay.
Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is July 26th, 2022, and the question on everybody's mind is, what is Bitcoin doing? Will it bounce? And will Bitcoin and crypto continue to fall? Or will we finally get some respite? Will we finally get a big move to the upside? This is what I want to begin to answer during this update, and I'm going to continue this conversation during today's live stream later on at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If that interests you, then definitely tune in. I'm going to also be looking at the traditional markets and what the traditional markets are doing, because we all know that they're correlated, highly correlated. All right, so just on the daily time frame, just to get some perspective, here's what's been going on, okay? So July 13th, we started an uptrend, pretty strong uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7-day uptrend, okay? 7-day uptrend. Subsequent to that, we've gone down since for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Okay. Does anybody see the pattern, right? And if you're subscribed to the channel, you will know exactly what I'm hinting at. In Elliott Wave theory, there's a guideline, not a rule, but a guideline called the Guideline of Equality, okay? I like to call it the Principle of Proportionality, all right? And it states that in a 5-wave impulse, okay, there will be 2 of the waves that are equal in time and price, okay? Actually, they're not always equal. Sometimes they're just proportional. That's why I call it the principle of proportionality, not the guideline of whatever equality, as Prechter calls it. But that's fine. I know exactly what he means. Typically, you see this in waves 1 and 2. So again, you have 7 days up, 7 days down. This is your typical wave 2 correction. Also, what's typical of a wave 2 correction? A wave 2 correction typically is a sharp correction that corrects down to the 0.618 of the preceding wave 1. Look at where we're at right now. We're right here, right at the 618, okay? And what's precarious about this is that we all know that wave 2 typically does not retrace anywhere beyond the 618 retracement level, okay? If you come down beyond the 618, you're in corrective retracement price action, or corrective retracement, you're in corrective retracement zones. It's no longer that you're in an impulse. It's unlikely that you're in an impulse, right? There are always some small exceptions, right, in some like leading diagonals or whatever, but typically speaking, you have to hold the 618 in any impulse. If there's a retracement anywhere in an impulse greater than the 618, then you're no longer talking, or you're no longer looking at a contiguous impulse. You're looking at a retracement, okay? So that's where we're at with Bitcoin right here. We're pretty much on strong support, okay? Now, I want to draw your attention to another thing, and something I talked about yesterday. Let's change this and let's make it more visible. All right, so this big rectangle, and why is it a rectangle? Yesterday it was a line, and yesterday it was the top of the rectangle was my line, and I was saying how, Bitcoin was testing this newly minted support, right? Because we had broken the resistance going up, and then we came down to retest it, okay? And I said something like to the effect of, yeah, but mind you, support and resistance are never discrete lines. They're more like levels, bands. You want to think of them as zones, okay? And so in this case, I took my own advice and I put in a zone or a band of support and resistance to more accurately represent what I believe is going on, okay? And so we're still within that band. Okay, we're holding support from that perspective, and just mathematically using the Fibonacci golden mean. Okay, we're holding the golden mean of this move, which means that this move, if we hold this level, can indeed continue. Okay, now this is the part where I tell you why I think it's likely that we do continue to the upside. Let's jump down into smaller time frame. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. Smaller time frames. I'm going to get rid of the retracement tool, and as well as this band. I think we get the point. So a lot of times when you want to see what price is doing, you look at divergence, right? Using your RSI indicators or stochastic RSI indicators. So I'm going to turn my stochastic RSI indicator. That's my momentum indicator that I like to use the most. Okay. Some people like to use the regular RSI. I like to use stochastic RSI. I think it fulfills all the purposes of momentum without, it's great, Anyway, I have this arrow that I'm pointing out the price action, which is clearly down from this point, right? From this low and this low, price is going down very clearly. However, in our momentum indicator, which I'm going to increase the size of, we're going higher. And it's confirmed because we've gotten a cross. Do you see? So from here on our price action, the price has gone down between these 2 points. In these 2 points on our momentum indicator, we've gotten a bullish cross and we're going up. So that's strong bullish divergence on the hourly time frame. Okay, that's significant, at least for a short-term move. All right, now let's see if we can't see anything similar going on the bigger time frames, and I don't really see anything huge on the 4-hourly time frame, although you can make an argument that you can see some bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame. And again, I said this yesterday, the 4-hourly stochastic RSI momentum indicator is completely oversold. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to move up. You can stay oversold for quite some time, and we've been oversold for a number of hours now, since 4 a.m. on the 25th. Let's just tell you what that is exactly. We've been oversold now for about 20 hours, okay? Almost a full 24 hours. However, this is essentially what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that strong bullish divergence on the hourly time frame, okay? Now the question is, how high will that bullish divergence take us? Will we get some volume behind these moves, okay? Another thing I like about what we've seen here thus far is the volume right there, that volume band right there. Okay, what's volume? Volume is essentially showing you the end of a trend, okay? And obviously, this correction is a trend in and of itself, even though it's a counter trend to this initial trend, right? It's a trend. And so this may very well be the end, signifying the end of this trend using this big volume, right? Just a capitulative volume candle, as we call it, all right? So it doesn't have to be. It could be, okay? And these volume candles are good because it doesn't matter what color they are, to be honest, because at any point in time, they can flip to buyers or sellers. It's just showing you that whatever the move is, there's a lot of people behind it. So if it's selling, a lot of people are behind it. If it's buying, a lot of people are behind it. If we're going up, that basically means a lot of buyers stepped in. If we go down, that means a lot of sellers stepped in. That's all that means, okay? And then last but not least, I just want to look at the price action here. Okay, yesterday I was saying how I thought this was a double zigzag, and we had printed double zigzag in the past. So boom, boom, boom. This was the end of the move. But it wasn't, all right, because we clearly continued to go down, all right? Now, looking at this, I was like, okay, if this is a double zigzag, then this is a part of a reversal pattern. Then this can't be. Why? Because we continue to go down, clearly breaking the 1618 of this, what would have been an initial break of structure. all that to say, long story short, this whole thing is a move in and of itself. Okay, and what move is that? All right. Upon closer examination, I think it's clear that this is a sort of ending diagonal 3-3-3-3-3 structure. Okay, you don't see these all the time in sort of you don't see these in C waves as much as you see them in waves 5, but they do occur. Okay, and so I see this as right here. Let's see, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Okay, so I see it ending right here with these. Let's make that a little more civilized. Civilized, yeah. Okay, so here's my count, roughly speaking, something like this. Let's see. Yeah, like this. Wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. Okay, and this is valid. Why? Because wave 3 is not the shortest wave. It doesn't have to be the longest, but it can't be the shortest. Wave 1 is the shortest, right? And then because it's a diagonal, it's fine that wave 4 encroach on in the region of wave 2. So we're all good in terms of not breaking any main rules in counting Elliott waves. So I think it's something like this, okay? And then so basically from here you start your reversal pattern. If this is indeed the end of this move, this is what I'm seeing, okay? So these are the reasons for which I think that we are indeed going to bounce, okay? And then just a really quick look at everything else in the market. Nothing that is in a wave 2, right, in a purported wave 2 retracement has broken the 1-6 or the 618. Okay, meaning if it's a wave 2, it's still a valid wave 2. Okay, Dodo, for instance, you can see you're basically hugging the 618. You're at the point of no return. Okay, it's either you bounce here or you don't bounce at all. It can't be a wave 2 anymore. So Dodo's on the 618, as we can see here. Litecoin, same thing. I have it already put in right on the 618. If this is indeed a wave 2, you see that. So you see it across the market. Like, you have these retracements that are hugging the 618, the golden mean, right? Where your wave 2 retracement shouldn't go beyond. Okay, Ethereum's way above it, but I think, as I said yesterday, Ethereum's in a little bit. Well, no, I think Ethereum is actually in a wave 2 correction. I given what's happened since yesterday, I think that's more than likely. And yeah, we've retraced to the minimum retracement of 382. So I think that is a wave 2 correction. And if you take the time that it took for Ethereum to get to wave 5 and the time it took to wave 2, I think they're more sort of proportional, 1-to-1. So it makes sense that this is a wave 2 correction, just in terms of the time that it took. Right? Reserve rights, as I said yesterday, is not in wave 2. So you don't expect this to be at the 618 of this wave. But it's pretty much holding its larger support, which is the wave 2 of this larger move right here. Okay. Kadena, same thing. It's not in a wave 2. So it's not holding that 618, but it's basically at this very important support level that it's holding, and it's been holding ever since May, the beginning of May. Okay, Ravane still holding that same support level right here, just like I said yesterday. It's been doing that since, again, same thing, since May. And Telcoin is also in a wave 2 and holding its 618. And so just looking across the market and seeing assets holding their 618, assets that should be in a wave 2 holding their 618, it tells me as a speculator, as a chartist, that okay, maybe there's something here. Maybe it is a wave 2 that's being printed, and we've reached the end of the wave 2 and we're pivoting, up and out of that wave too. Now, last point I'll make. What about the whole new moon thing and the fact that it's likely that we reach a top on the 28th, right? Because that's the next new moon, and typically, statistically speaking, markets tend to reach local highs on new moons, local bottoms on full moons. I still think there's time for that. We're running out of time because we're already the 26th, but in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time of the 28th, we should thereabouts reach a top, which means that if we do have another move up, then it may be a really, really violent, fast move up that takes 2 to 3 days. And yeah, that would be consistent with the moon phases. All right, that's it for me for now. I'm going to go into more detail during the live stream. Guys, if you got value, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Please keep your wits about you. Trading, charting, all this stuff is challenging. Your psychology, your mental well-being, all of that is more important than anything. This is a mental game above anything else. You have to be able to keep your wits about you, keep things in perspective, not overextend yourselves. So please do take care, and I'll see you there for the